Hanli, having secretly crossed into the spirit realm, discovered that the spirit realm, coveted by countless nascent soul cultivators, was actually an abandoned realm. Not only was ascension to the immortal realm through cultivation extremely difficult, but it had also undergone a great purge within the immortal realm. As the dream of cultivators from the lower realms, the spirit realm had maintained close ties with the immortal realm in ancient times. Cultivators with sufficient cultivation could ascend to the immortal realm through normal means. However, for unknown reasons, this connection was completely severed, and coupled with the spirit realm's dwindling resources, it gradually became a forgotten existence. Ascending to the immortal realm in this realm became an almost impossible task before Han Li's arrival. There had never been a case of a cultivator successfully ascending. Even more despairing was the exceptionally severe cultivation bottlenecks in the spirit realm. Dozens of cultivators were stuck at the peak of the Mahayana stage, while thousands more were stuck at the general Mahayana level. They exhausted their lives, yet still could not even touch the threshold of the immortal realm. In this dire situation, the spirit realm discovered 3 possible methods of ascension, each accompanied by extremely high risks and uncertainties. The first method is the traditional tribulation-based ascension. This method requires first cultivating to the peak of the late-stage Mahayana realm, then undergoing thousands of years of seclusion to perfect one's cultivation, the spiritual treasures one uses, and the strength of one's physical body, finally facing the heavenly tribulation. Success in transcending the tribulation allows one to ascend to the immortal realm in one step, but failure results in the annihilation of one's soul. Because the spirit realm and the immortal realm have long been severed, the success rate of this traditional tribulation-based ascension is almost zero. Even Han Li, whose cultivation was unfathomable and who could single-handedly overwhelm 8 Mahayana experts, prepared for this tribulation for 8,000 years before barely succeeding, demonstrating its immense difficulty. The second method of ascension is full of chance. Only those cultivators with extremely unique talents or treasures have a chance of being noticed by powerful figures in the immortal realm and forcibly guided across realms to the immortal realm. Han Li's powerful companion, the soul-crying beast, entered the immortal realm in this way. When Han Li was in the mid-stage of the integration realm, he engaged in a tremendous battle with his enemy, Palace Master Yu, who was in the early stage of the integration realm, in the Styx River. During the battle, in order to win, Palace Master Yu fused his main body with his spirit pet, the Thunder Beast, unexpectedly breaking through to the Mahayana realm. This sudden surge in power alarmed Han Li, and he was on the verge of death when, at the critical moment, the soul-crying beast unexpectedly awakened, unleashing its heaven-defying devouring divine power, swallowing the Thunder Beast's spirit that had just merged with Palace Master Yu in one gulp. However, it was precisely this overly domineering ability that directly alarmed a powerful figure in the immortal realm. This powerful figure immediately tore through space and, to Han Li's astonishment, forcibly took the soul-crying beast to the immortal realm. The third method of ascension relies on a powerful background and influence. As long as one has a deeply rooted immortal in the immortal realm and possesses the secret method of communication, obtaining their assistance makes bridging the gap between the spirit realm and the immortal realm not difficult. However, for the vast majority of cultivators in the spirit realm, this method was like a mirage. Even more terrifying was that this connection sometimes brought not blessings, but disaster. Liang, a true immortal from the celestial realm, descended upon the spirit realm using this method, bringing a bloodbath to the entire realm. Liang was the direct disciple of the Tao ancestor of the 9 Yuan Temple. He broke the rules to come to the spirit realm with 2 main purposes: first, to track down the whereabouts of the mysterious little green bottle, and second, to find the traitorous skeleton brother. From the moment he arrived in the spirit realm, Liang transformed into a god of slaughter, causing devastation wherever he went. For his own selfish desires, he massacred a small kingdom in the lower realm, resulting in the deaths of billions to refine a certain magical treasure. He recklessly performed a large-scale blood sacrifice on the continent. 3 late-stage Mahayana powerhouses from the Blood Heaven continent noticed the anomaly and immediately came to investigate. They initially believed that with their combined strength, even if they couldn't subdue Liang, they could at least hold him off. However, Liang's strength far exceeded their expectations. In just a few exchanges, the 3 Mahayana cultivators were instantly killed. This sudden tragedy quickly alerted the top sects of the Blood Heaven continent. To stop Ma Liang's continued atrocities, the various sects swiftly assembled 12 Mahayana cultivators and retrieved their treasured Xiantian treasures, setting up a powerful heaven and earth array to encircle and annihilate Ma Liang. However, Ma Liang only used 30% of his power, easily shattering the array. The 12 Mahayana patriarchs, who held sway over the spirit realm, were instantly slaughtered, unable to mount even a semblance of resistance. After annihilating the 12 Mahayana cultivators, Ma Liang became even more unrestrained, launching a frenzied bloodbath across the Blood Heaven continent, turning the entire continent into a living hell. Afterwards, led by the 6-winged twin kings, Ma Liang moved his campaign to the Thunder continent, targeting the powerful Hornqi clan. He first easily annihilated 2 Mahayana stage experts of the Hornqi clan, then proceeded to attack 6 top Mahayana stage cultivators within the clan who possessed Xiantian treasures, crushing them all with overwhelming force. He even managed to turn one of the Hornqi clan's true spirits against them, causing him to personally kill 2 other true spirits within his clan. This series of actions brought the once glorious Hornqi clan, the #1 clan in the spirit realm, to its demise. Even so, Ma Liang did not stop his killing spree. He then went to the Wind Origin continent, killing the supreme elder of the Armored Pig clan, ranked among the top 5 in the spirit realm. Ma Liang's actions ignited the fury of the spirit realm's cultivators. To protect their homeland, the various forces put aside their differences, united to form an immortal slaying team, and deployed the spirit realm's strongest killing formation, preparing for a final, desperate battle against Ma Liang. However, when Ma Liang unleashed his heaven-defying divine power, the Immortal Extermination Squad was instantly plunged into dire straits, with half of their top-tier Mahayana experts being annihilated on the spot. In this critical moment, the Spirit King of the Hellion Merchant Alliance, in an effort to break the stalemate, chose to self-destruct his great formation, sacrificing himself to create an opportunity for his teammates. Xian Jiuling also poured all her cultivation into attacking Ma Liang with all her might. In their desperate struggle, Ma Liang's indestructible true immortal body finally showed cracks. Han Li, who had been lurking nearby, keenly seized this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, immediately unleashing the Xiantian Spirit's slaying sword to launch a surprise attack. With a sharp sword light, the nightmare in the spirit realm finally came to an end. This battle not only saved countless lives in the spirit realm, but also made Han Li truly famous throughout the entire realm.